అంటే ట్రైనింగ్ నీడ్ అసెస్మెంట్ అనేది ఎలా చేస్తాం? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఎ న్యూ ఎంప్లాయీ ఆర్ నాట్ వెరీ క్లియర్ about the job description, therefore training is required. These are the general requirements. Or old employee require knowledge of new topics or new technology process or new methods, or any if he forgot any topics, etc. And also training for emergency preparedness, safety audit, firefighting, hazard detection. It is about the old employees. Whoever old employees are there, for them we will conduct this refreshment training. Then other criteria is change of position due to promotion or transfer, which is a new position may require training. In case employee got promoted from worker to supervisor or engineer to senior engineer, for his position also there may be a training requirement. Then technological changes or additional of new material, machine, method, process or equipment. In case of any technological changes happens, for that also we have to conduct a training. And to make more versatile to do more than one job, more than versatile in the sense, if at all we want a worker to be skillful and also he can able to do 3 4 activities at a time, multitasking, for them also we can conduct a training. And when performance, productivity and efficiency fall down at a level, training may provide them or improve them. So whenever any productivity or number of injuries are increased, in those cases also we can conduct a training program. Then supervisors or foremen feel need of a training for the workers working under them. In case your supervisor or your manager, if he sees or he wants training with subordinates, in that case also we will conduct a training. Then records of production turnover or accidents or absenteeism, rejections, errors, waste point of view, trainings are conducted. So these are the general criteria. One is new employees or old employees will do refreshment training, or in case of change of position, or in case any technological changes, or in case any multi-skill requirement of the person, or in case of any uh, problems in production or any delay in productions or errors happening, there we can do trainings. Okay, any questions in this? Now we'll see a safety training program is generally needed for all the times as an induction or introductory course or a refresher ongoing course, but specifically needed. So generally what will happen? We need training for safety as a induction training. We used to say induction training. Induction training for what we'll give? Induction training will give it for
No joining.
new joiners. And then if you see a new employees are recruited, there we need a special training. Or new plant, material, process or equipment are introduced. In case you are come up with a new set of plant, or you have introduced a new raw materials, or you have introduced in your company a new process, or you have brought a new machinery. Mm, 1 second, sorry, it got disconnected. Huh. New machinery or new process, there will do a training. When safety procedures are evolved or updated, whenever any safety procedures or SOPs or work instructions got updated, there also will give a training. The new information of hazard is received, or in case of any existing hazard, for that any update has come from. For example, you are buying chemicals from one of the supplier. The supplier identified a new hazard about the chemical. Then he has informed immediately. Then also we will conduct a training. And the accident rates are increased. So whenever the accident rates increases, there also will do a training. Then labor turnover also increased. Labor turnover in the sense changing of people. Every day people are getting changed because of accidents. Every day new faces. Then excessive waste, rejections, and also scrap are noticed. Whenever you notice any excessive waste or rejections, in that case also we can conduct a training. These are the special cases. Now we'll see design and development of this training program. One is the motivation should be first condition for the any type of training. So everybody there should be a motivation. Like for you people, you have maybe motivated by seeing your safety officers or your colleagues or your friends. You are doing this training program. That is get a motivation. And number of lessons and also content to teach should be well designed before ahead, and also steps or sequence of topics should be decided. Now we have to decide. Okay, you have decide a plan for conducting training. Now we have to decide how many sessions you are going to do. So number of sessions, how many sessions you are planning to do, and also sequence. Which lesson has to be taken first and which lesson has to be taken last. Then the amount to be taught in a unit period or should not be large or too small. So unit period in the sense per day, how many topics has to be teach. For example, now we are talking about one topic in two classes like that. How much or topic subject to be taught. Then an object of training should be decided and the training process should move towards it. And the training procedure should be developed and a list of training aids should be prepared. So the training should be decided on training process should be moved to forward. So we have to decide an objective. Based on that, we have to go forward. Then the task to be performed should be described only, but it should be demonstrated in actual or simulated conditions. Sometimes what will happen, some of the trainings will not do only description. Sometimes we'll do a actual or simulation condition. As I mentioned, the practical training. Doing is important than hearing or seeing. Practice makes perfect. So what I mentioned, some of the trainings will do a practical this thing. So those trainings has to be conducted in a practical manner. And the demonstration by teacher should be followed by a learner as soon as possible before he forgot. So learner to followed by a teacher. In the sense, whatever the training is conducted, the learners has to follow the teacher so that they won't forget. Questions of the learner should be properly replied and discussed at all the stages. So whenever the participants got questions, ఎవరికైతే doubts వస్తాయో, those doubts should be cleared immediately. An ample practice opportunity should be provided and practice encouraged. So we have to give sufficient amount of time for the practice. Then frequent and accurate knowledge with example, pictures, practical, etc. speed up learning rate, and also it will give a motivation. So we have to give proper examples, pictures, and practical representation so that we can increase the learning rate. Okay. Now we'll see what are the training methods and strategies. One is the aspects and goals, theoretical and formal training or in a classroom, practical or informal training, it's like a job training, like we can say on the job training. Then there are two basic goals. One is to explain the worker to know the job and also do it correctly. Other one is to ascertain that he knows how to do it and correctly. So these are the goals. One is we have to make them aware about what they are supposed to be done, or we will make them that how it is to be conducted correctly. In the sense, how it has to be performed properly. Now we'll see types of methods. What are the types of teaching methods? One is lecture method, like what I'm doing, oldest and most basic method. And well-planned lectures can cover the large amount of information in a single time. And also more useful when participants are more, and also their involvement is less required. So wherever participants' involvement is less required, there this type of lecture method is more useful. Then is discussion method, useful with small number of people in group, like group discussion. Then case study method, like it is an accident case study is presented explaining how an actual accident happened or an imaginary accident can happen. So we'll give in a case study, like previously we are met with an accident. So we will give the investigation, photos, everything. Then we'll ask people to write what could be the possible causes for that accident. Then role play method, it is a form of learning by doing, but it is a simulated situation. The trainees are given a situation like in case of study method, but instead of just discussing, if they resolve the problem by acting out of the roles or people involved. It is about role play. Like now safety week has come. Now we'll do some drills practically, and also the people will perform do's and don'ts like a drama. So those will be the role playing method. By playing a role, they are demonstrating the safety requirement. Then sending it training centers. So we are sending to people for the training centers to go and attend the training programs. That is also one of the uh, training methods. Then job instruction training. It is useful to train the supervisors who is turn train the employees. For example, it is especially for the supervisors who will train their own employees, like preparing a trainee, demonstrating the job, having trainee perform the job, and also checking the frequently training performance. It is about moreover about the people who can train their subordinates. Then program instruction. It is about the program and instruction given to the in a book form. A trainee learns it and answer the question and solve the program. And the system has mechanism of learning, checking, and relearning. It is practically about how a training program can be led. Here we'll give a booklet to the employee stating that this is the training material. It is a self-learning program. So you have to read the program, you have to read the complete requirements, then they will conduct an exam so that you are going to understand the requirement. Then project work. Here about will give a project work to the specific people so that they'll do a practical assessment on that topic and they will come up with a report, like how we are giving project work after the end of the course. So you have to take some topics and you have to do a project work and come along with that. Okay, any questions as of now?
No, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And next is, I will see the type of safety trainings. What kind of safety trainings we'll do? For example, if we say a general training, it include induction, ongoing training programs, safety representative training, like safety committee training, and supervisory training, and senior and middle management training, director level training. This director level training will be happens for the people who is are eligible to take the decisions, who is the decision makers for them. It is going to happen. Then specific training programs. These are the specific training programs which will include first aid because it is very important. Then specific items of the plant and equipment. You are giving any training about the plant or any equipment. Then use of PPEs and fire precautions as we discussed, firefighting, extinguisher operation, etc., etc. Then safety inspections or change of job for which a worker is not trained. So if people are changing from one job to other job, so there also will do a training. Then role of worker in emergency planning. In case of any emergencies happens, what is his role while while performing a emergency rescue? Then techniques of HAZOB, HAZON, FTA, fault analysis, inventory analysis. Then safe permit systems. Safe permit system is nothing but work permit systems. What and all can be done in the specific to safety. Now we'll see how we can evaluation or review the training program. What are the various methods we'll follow for the evaluation of training program. If we see evaluation of this training program, we can look into increase in quantity and quality of production. That is the one requirement, and also increase in product rate. That is also one of the requirement. Then increase in knowledge, skill or ability about the job performance. So once you have conducted training, his ability has been increased, his performance has been increased. For that also, we can understand that training is went well. Then job satisfaction, decrease in accident rate, decrease in production time, or decrease in absenteeism, decrease in labor turnover, decrease in job turnover, decrease in operational cost, refinement of human behavior towards intended objectives, goals, etc. So these are all evaluation or reviewing of training program. By seeing these 11 parameters, we can understand there is an improvement or there is a change in working culture. Okay. Now we'll see competency building technique. It is also called as CBT. Here the CBT is nothing but the objective of any training is to generate or build competence in participants. Ultimately, how will do training? What is the purpose? To increase the competence of the people. Only knowledge is not sufficient. So apart from theoretical knowledge, they should also have a confidence and also practical exposure. Knowledge alone cannot give competence or confidence and a safe or successful working. Knowledge should be put into practice by necessary training. Whenever you have a theoretical knowledge, along with that, we have to give some practical training as well. Then we'll do training shows the practical part of the knowledge and also generates competence of the work gradually. So what will happen if you have a theoretical knowledge along with the training? What will happen? It will increase the competence. So we say that practice makes man perfect, or practice makes everyone perfect. So how many times you practice, how many times you write, you become competent or confidence on it. Competence in safe working is necessary due to advancement in technology, new processes, new equipment, modification or changes. Training is always required to become familiar with the things. In the sense, the competence is very much required for the people because of change in technologies or new processes or new hazards or new equipments that is very much required. Therefore, safety is an online function. It should not end with any slogan or suggestions, award or safety day celebrations. What does it mean? The safety, it is an online function. It is not going to end up with any safety poster or safety slogan. So it has to be conducted on a daily basis so that we can accelerate the things. Okay. Any questions? We have done with today's topic. If we have any questions, we can discuss.
Nothing from my side, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, then see you tomorrow in next class. Thank you. Bye.